Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying for the first race in the Season 9 Chick-Fil-A Cup Series chase. We are here at the Nashville Superspeedway Nashville weekend in the NOFSRL. Of course, New Era Cup Series, they're going to be coming here on Sunday? Either Sunday or Saturday night, one of the two. But we're looking forward to this Cracker Barrel 400, 9th time the Chick-Fil-A Cup has been here in Nashville. We have been here in Nashville for every season of the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, and originally we were not going to come here this year. However, due to the fact that NASCAR is going to be coming here in 2021, and the fact that the Nashville Fairgrounds racetrack needs a little work, we decided to go ahead and return this event. Cracker Barrel 400 from Nashville. Going to be 60 laps tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Napa Fan. And it's the first race of the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series chase. 12 drivers, 10 races, 1 champion. Gonna be a good one this whole weekend. Got Turkey Hill Series later tonight on Napa Fan here from Nashville. First time they've been to Nashville in a while. It's a pretty wild track. Very similar to Kentucky. I think it's actually very similar to Kansas. If you guys remember the Great Wolf Lodge 400, I think that race is going to play out, or tomorrow's race, I should say, going to play out a lot like that one. This is a 1 1/3 mile speedway in Lebanon, Tennessee. And this is uncharted qualifying. Top 2 fastest will advance on and race in tomorrow's 60-lap event here from Nashville. Chloe Reiner in the 07. Bobo Jones in the 08 again. Bobo Jones, if I'm not mistaken, he made both Pocono races, qualified for Pocono, and also made Indianapolis. So if he can qualify here, that's 4 straight Chick-fil-A Cup Series races for Bobo Jones in the 08. 21, Carter Friesen, of course, winner last week in the Turkey Hill Series. Logan Williams in the 55. Seth Cole, you can see right here, the defending winner of this race in the 57. I'm sure he'd love to make it back into a race that he won last year. Trey Smith, number 67, Hunter Blade 71, Joshua Rush 98. Definitely looking forward to see how it all goes down tomorrow night here from the Nashville Superspeedway. Number 57 of Seth Cole to the top of the board. And surprisingly enough, I believe that the Cup guys actually are going to be going slower than the Turkey Hill Series this weekend, which is a little bit interesting. The downforce on the Turkey Hill Series guys lets them go through the corner much quicker than these guys do. The low downforce package that we have here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series makes these guys slow down a little bit more through the corners. Going to make things interesting. Going to be a bit of a slower paced race, but it's still going to be really, really fun here at the Nashville Superspeedway for the Cracker Barrel 400. And Seth Cole, fastest right now, along with the 67 of Trey Smith. Of course, Trey Smith won in the Turkey Hill Series at Dover, which is a concrete racetrack like this one. And of course, I mentioned Dover. They also own this track, which is a big reason why Nashville's coming back next year, because Dover is like, we don't want 2 races anymore. We're just going to have 1 Dover race and 1 Nashville race, and that's how we do it in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and Seth Cole's doing it pretty well in the 57 right there. Back to the top of the board now with Carter Friesen in the 21. Good run there for Carter Friesen. And Hamill Racing Enterprises, of course, Hamill Racing Enterprises, they've won a lot as of late. Of course, they won in Indianapolis in the Turkey Hill Series with Carter Friesen last week, and they've racked up a lot of wins in the IndyCar Series, a couple wins this year so far, with Tristan Allen and Buck Hover both winning on that end. Of course, Buck Hover won last Saturday night at Auto Club in the Haas IndyCar Series. And not to mention that they also got Sam Odoskin, who comes in to this race. The points leader, of course, the reseed kind of going on there. The points a little bit different than what they were heading into the chase. Of course, a reset with bonus points awarded. Sam Odoskin, of course, the regular season champion. So he gets 15 bonus points plus 3 bonus points for each win that he accumulated in the regular season, and he's won 3 times this year. So 2,024 points heading into the chase for Sam Odoskin. Second in points is Alex in a row, 10 points behind. Of course, it's a 10-race chase, so a lot can happen in these next 10 races. We got Nashville, Armory Digital, Hillside, Boston, 3 fictional racetracks, one right after another. Then it's on to, I believe, the Michigan International Speedway for the NOFSRL 500, one of the crown jewel events in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. After that, Watkins Glen for the Lake Effect Ice Cream Super Weekend. And then we head over to, I believe, I'm missing a race. Rockingham, UK. That's race number 5 in the chase. Race number 6 is then Michigan, then Watkins Glen, then Gateway, and then Daytona, and then we cap it off with the Mellow Yellow Southern 500 at Darlington. You might not have noticed too much of a difference in the schedule heading up to this point, but it's really going to look different after this. We got a really, really unique schedule coming up here in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. We're looking forward to see how you guys like it. Logan Williams is liking it. He's in the second in transfer position right now. But Seth Cole looking to go back-to-back in the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville, and he will have a shot at doing so tomorrow night. Seth Cole, Logan Williams both advance on to race at Nashville in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. They will join the other 40 full-time drivers right now to qualify for the pole position in the Cracker Barrel 400 at Nashville. And here we go. We're ready to set the starting lineup for the Cracker Barrel 400 first race of the chase in Season 9 of the NOFSRL Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. And the drivers who are battling for a championship are conveniently marked for you. All the drivers with a red banner on the Chick-fil-A logo on the windshield are chase drivers in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Season number 9. Salmon Oskin, 2,024 points, beginning with the chase. Alexander Rowe, 10 points behind. Bradley Ream, 12 points behind. Of course, Bradley Ream, the last winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Shane Lake, 14 points behind. Hergel Irvin Alonso, 16 points behind. Silas Orta, 17 points behind. Ryan Durrani, 18 points behind. Nathan Baird, 20 points behind. Reagan Whitlock, 21 points behind. Mark Davidson, 22 points behind. Fisher G, Jesse Turner, the 2 wild cards, 24 points behind each. One of those 12 drivers will be your champion in Season 9 of the NOFSRL Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And we're going to have a fun one tomorrow night for the Cracker Barrel 460 laps of action here at Nashville. Of course, like I mentioned, these guys are going to be going a little bit slower than the Turkey Hill Series because of the low downforce. They really have to slow it down through the corners. You got a lot of guys coming off right here. Fisher G in the number 7 machine, who is in the chase. Same with Jesse Turner there in the 77. They are the 2 wild card drivers. And I just realized they both have all 7s in their numbers, so maybe a little lucky number there for those guys. Of course, Turner really cashed in at Indianapolis with Stapleton blowing his engine. That is the sole reason why Turner was able to get that last wild card. If Stapleton had won that race, Turner would have had no chance of making the chase. Something that one little thing could give Jesse Turner his 2nd career Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship. I will say that red banner really works out well on the Chick-fil-A car right there. It merges pretty nicely. There's Salmon Oskin, your points leader, heading into this race. Of course, the regular season champion. Of course, Oskin, a 3-time winner this season. And, you know, Jesse Turner has lost a couple of races to Salmon Oskin this year. He doesn't want to lose another one to him or lose this championship. Mark Davidson, number 95, quite possibly the quietest driver who made the chase. Of course, he's 10th in the seating, 22 behind coming in. We'll have to see what Father Fruit Motorsports can do. Of course, Mark Davidson, a 1-time winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Davidson has always been solid in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Never had a bad season. I believe he finished top 3 in points last year. Bradley Ream, of course, he had a very strong rookie campaign in the ride that won the championship last year when Nathan Baird drove it. Bradley Ream won that race in Indianapolis last week. Of course, he's coming in with a full head of steam. There's Hergel Irvin Alonso, finally in the chase, the first time he has ever made the chase, and we've had the chase in every season except season number 8, so Alonso finally with an opportunity at winning a championship. It's finally come here for American Motorsports, and I have to see what Alonso can do. He's had a solid season. Of course, won at Kansas. This place runs very similar to Kansas Speedway. We'll have to see if that works out for him in the number 28. Try to locate some of our other chase drivers. Ryan Durrani, another very quiet chase driver this year. Number 68 for Full Frontal Motorsports. Of course, he along with his teammate Reagan Whitlock, none of the Full Frontal guys have won a race yet this season, but they've all been pretty strong. Ryan Durrani coming in 18 points behind. Didn't have any wins, but did very well in the points as a rookie. We'll have to see what he can do. And another rookie who did really well this season. Of course, he wasn't near as quiet as Durrani. Number 15 there of Shane Lake. Two-time winner this season at Atlanta and Dover. A driver did that in Season 8 and won the championship, Nathan Baird. We'll have to see if that's a good omen there for the oldest driver in the field. Shane Lake in the number 15. Experience definitely paying off. How about the top 3 right now? All chase drivers. Top 5 we got ourselves. Actually, now inside the top 4, all 4 of the top 4 are chase drivers, if that makes any sense. Reagan Whitlock, okay, now it's changing a lot. Alonso just went to the top of the board in the 28, no surprise there. But Alonso, Whitlock, Davidson, and Silas Orta all inside the top 5 right now as chase drivers. Shane Lake there in 10th. 5 of the 12 chase drivers inside the top 10 right now. Those guys are guys to watch out for. There's Nathan Baird, number 16 machine. Nathan Baird defending Chick-Fil-A Cup Series champion. Of course, last year there was no chase. It was a strict points championship. This year, he has that reset, and actually that reset may help him win a second straight championship for Baird Motorsports. He comes in 20 points behind. Got that one win at Portland earlier in the season. Have to see if he can make his way into a good position. He would have made the chase regardless of what happened in Indianapolis because he had that win at Portland, but he was actually 10th in points, so Nathan Stapleton blowing his engine actually helped Baird to get an extra bonus point there heading into the chase. Of course, there's Nathan Stapleton, and I'd like to mention, too, that was such a heartbreaking race there for the number 97 of Nathan Stapleton. Was leading at his home track, looking to make the chase for the Chick-Fil-A Cup. Just have a shot at a championship with his own team. Blows an engine. However, the next day in the New Era Cup Series, he won at that same racetrack. Definitely a good redemption win there. I'm sure he would have loved to win the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series race a little bit more and make it into the chase, but still was able to come home with an Indianapolis race victory last weekend in the NOFSRL. Definitely great to see that on Nathan Stapleton, and he's had a very good year. Even though he barely missed the chase, he only missed the chase by 5 points, had a very strong year. He could easily be the best of the rest this season, and that's definitely a good honor right there if you can be 13th in points at the end of the season. Tristan Allen there almost won this race last year. He had a really wacky cycle at the end, and he couldn't make it on fuel because he yet to have made his pit stop, but 06 there, Tristan Allen currently in the 8th position. We mentioned Mark Davidson, a chase driver. There's Reagan Whitlock. We got to see him on the racetrack. Of course, Whitlock, another guy who's had a very quiet year. At one point, though, he was the points leader, so he wasn't as quiet as teammate Ryan Durrani, but he's yet to win a race this season. A veteran driver of the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series as well. He was in season number 1. He's been around for quite a while. Has been here and there in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series, but looking to get a strong run here. He is currently second quickest here at Nashville as a chase driver, but the fastest guy, that number 28 there of Herjo Arvin Alonso, looking to lead the field of the green flag tomorrow at Nashville. Fisher G in the number 7 was the first of the 2 wild cards, along with Jesse Turner, won at Martinsville and had enough points. I believe he might have been 12th overall in points after the end of the Indianapolis race, so he had a very strong season for Zidell Motorsports, the only Zidell Motorsports driver to make it into the chase. All 3 other guys won races, with Andrew Miller winning twice, but Miller and Sam Medeo did not have enough points to make it into those 2 wild card positions. Fisher G did in the number 7. G is currently in the 19th position right now. Shane Lake 12th. Samet Eiskin is 13th. Look for some other chase drivers here. I'm looking. 40 of Bradley Ream is 26th. Alexander Rowe is 28th. You've yet to mention Alexander Rowe, who won the Daytona 500 this season in the Chick-Fil-A Cup Series. Had a very strong early part to the season, and then was just solid at the back half of the regular season. He was first driver to win multiple races this year, won at Daytona and Phoenix earlier in the winter. He comes into this race 10 points behind with the second seed. A very strong back half of the regular season to propel himself to second overall in the points. As actually, he might have been 3rd overall in the points heading into the regular season, but had those extra points for winning one more race than Bradley Ream did. So, but Alexander Rowe had a very strong regular season, and he was inside the top 10 in points the entire regular season. Of course, winning that Daytona 500 really propelled him to get into the chase this year, and we'll have to see what he can do. 28th fastest. Things can get kind of wild at this racetrack, so don't count him out quite yet. Some other guys in the chase. Nathan Baird, 31st. Not exactly what Baird wants. I wouldn't say this has been the same season Baird had last year. It's been a little bit rougher, but they still made the chase in that number 16. And Jesse Turner, 37th right now. Not the best of runs for him. Ryan Durrani also deep in the running order in 39th. And that is it for the chase drivers. It's Hergel Larvin Alonso, Reagan Whitlock, Mark Davidson. All chase drivers 1, 2, 3 here in Cracker Barrel 400 qualifying from Nashville. Diego Yepes is 4th, and chase driver Silas Orta. Yet to see Silas Orta on the racetrack. Go ahead and show you the number 3 right there. Another guy's had a really quiet season, but Orta's been really solid in the points. He's come close to winning a couple times this year. We'll have to see what he can do in his sophomore year in the number 3 machine for Golden Motorsports. Definitely one of the biggest surprises coming into this year. Orta did not have a good run last season. This season, however, been a lot stronger, and definitely looking to have a shot at that Chick-Fil-A Cup Series championship. Going to be a good race tomorrow. 60 laps of action here from the Nashville Superspeedway. Of course, it's not an actual Superspeedway, but it's still a great racetrack, a wild racetrack, and we're looking forward to the Nashville weekend. Of course, Body Armor Cup Series was here last weekend. They had an excellent race. They had a 75-lap race. We only have 60 laps, so our race is pretty short here. Going to be done pretty quickly, especially if you have a long green flag run. Hergel Larvin Alonso, number 28, is going to win the pole. He'll lead the field to the green flag. A great way to start off the chase for Hergel Larvin Alonso. And if there's any one driver in this chase that wants to win this championship the most, I think it's Alonso. He has been in this series so long, has never had a shot at winning the championship up until now. We'll have to see what he's made out of as he'll lead the field to the green flag in tomorrow's 60-lap event here from Nashville. Only 5 guys under 31 seconds. In qualifying for the Turkey Hill Series, everyone went under 30 seconds. So these guys going slower with that lower downforce definitely makes things interesting. But speaking of the Turkey Hill Series, you guys are going to see that coming up on Napa Fan in less than an hour. Looking forward to that one for the Coca-Cola 300. Go through the chase drivers, see where they're starting. Here, Larvin Alonso starting 1st. Reagan Whitlock starting in 2nd. Mark Davison starting 3rd. Silas Orta starting 5th. Shane Lake starting 12th. Sam Manowskin starting 13th. Fisher G starting 19th. Bradley Ream starting 26th. Alexander Rowe starting in the 28th position. Then Nathan Baird starting in the 31st position. Jesse Turner starting in the 37th position. Ryan Durrani starting in the 39th position. And I believe those are the 12 chase drivers and where they will start for tomorrow's 60-lap race here from Nashville. First of 10 races in the chase. We'll have to see who's strong and who's not in the Cracker Barrel 400. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Hergel Larvin Alonso for winning the pole position. And I will see you guys later.